So what do you call yourself?
Antonio Montana. And you? What you call yourself?
Do it now, I told you, do it now. Let's go. You wanna hate me, then hate me. What can I do but keep getting money? Funny, I was just like you. I had to hustle hard, never give up until I made it. Now y'all saying that's a clever, nothing to play with. You can hate me now. I won't stop, but I won't stop now.
Just earlier, the fans on their feet as the national anthem rang out throughout the arena. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And guys, checking out Enes Kanter. What can we expect here?
Well, when you come in as a rookie at 6'11", 270, and you're in good shape, there's no doubt that you're going to be able to compete physically at this level. And that's the case with Kanter. Now it's just a matter of gaining experience.
And Steve, he's put that size and strength to use right from the word go. A voracious offensive rebound with the knack to finish around the rim. Last outing for Phoenix, the loss to Portland.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
Now, here's Brown, and there's the pass to Mann. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you always hear about how loud this Jazz crowd is at home, and trust me, it is loud. They are a big part of why the Jazz have been so tough at home for so long, but the personnel of the Jazz has had something to do with that as well.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, guys, you look back to their last game, he was off from the charity stripe all night long.
And you wonder if that's not still on his mind today.
And as you said, the Jazz very tough at home as always, Clark, and 30 wins for them in this building last season, which usually, Steve, is enough to get you into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's an amazing stat. 30 home wins and you don't get in. Just shows you how difficult and how tough the Western Conference was.
Now, here's Burke. Dishes it to Burks. Pass to Favors. Cannot hit, so Phoenix will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Well, and they got the better of them that game, I thought, by forcing turnovers. Their defense was terrific, and they were able to get out in transition and get some easy hoops.
Getting in the passing lanes, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers. I mean, you got to do it.
That's a must if you're going to be a good defensive team. Good perimeter defense can cause a lot of headaches and problems for the offense. That's why those defenders are in such high demand.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
Now, here's Kanter, averaging 8 points a game. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Stoudemire. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Stoudemire left side. Brown outside. Passes to Butler. Shot clock at 5. Brown. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. That's good. And it's 6 points for B. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that cause.
Well, it's a tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job of keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training room every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule. But a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
While never a lock for the playoffs, the Jazz were in the driver's seat for a playoff spot up until the All-Star break last season. However, after the second half kicked up again, they just couldn't beat the teams they needed to and lost a lot of ground, letting the Lakers back in the hunt.
Now here's Cantor after the miss from Mann. Burke, the pass to Burks. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Favors got 5 now.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Of course, the Lakers would eventually pass them up during the final days to snag a playoff spot. But, Steve, as you said, it was just a poor run of games for the Jazz right after the All-Star break that did them in.
Well, it would have been nice for this young core to gain some valuable playoff experience, but they did pick up a couple of first-round draft picks. They continue to add talent to this deep roster, and I would think it's just a matter of time before they're back in the playoffs again.
Now Burke following Caron Butler's three-point attempt. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Stolen by Cantor. Pass to Favors. Outside for Jefferson. Feeds to Burke. Five to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And what you like with Trey Burke, he really can do it all at the point guard position. Pass, shoot, he's very poised, under control, and a good leader as well.
And back to Burke at 6'1", not elite size or great athleticism, Clark, for the point guard position, some say.
But he makes up for that lack of size and athleticism with smart and a desire to get better and a really excellent shooting stroke. So I think when you look at Burke, he's a guy that's going to continue to get better.
Channing Fries checked in for Phoenix. Markieff Morris comes in for Amari Stoudemire.
Trey Burke, the National College Player of the Year at Michigan last season. He led the Wolverines in points, assists, steals, and blocks even. And, of course, led them all the way to the NCAA championship game. He's basically a winner. That's what he is.
Outside Jefferson. There's the feed to Biedrich. He's against Morris. Puts up the baby hook. It's hauled in by Fry. For Phoenix, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Burke declaring for the draft, Clark, after his sophomore season in Michigan.
Yeah, he was driven to be an outstanding player coming out of high school. A little under the radar as a high school player, but had a laser focus on developing and maximizing his ability. Spent 5 to 6 hours a day in the gym over the summers, and you've seen the fruit of that work.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. They've had success against this team, winning their one matchup of the season, but he's not getting complacent, and his first order of business has been readying them to score against such a tough shot-blocking presence inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down good perimeter looks. We've got to be aggressive.
Mann, defended by Lucas. Mann, off the mark, and the drought continues. Utah trailing here, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
I thought overall, Kevin, it was mostly the defensive effort that hurt them. Just no energy, no purpose.
Steve, I thought they were late on their rotations. They didn't really communicate well, and as a result, they paid for it.
Favors plays the 4 with Cantor at the 5. Rush out there with John Lucas, and it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Jazz. Burke, he's checked in for Utah. Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Stoudemire, he's covered by Favors. Stoudemire, the pass to Mann. He kicks it to Green. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Suns.
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too. Well, Marcin Gortat, maybe not a household name just yet. A former late second-round pick. Started his career backing up the Wild in Orlando and did a good job there, but now starting to excel as a starter.
He's a bruiser, Kevin. I mean, that's the main thing that jumps out at me, the size and the strength, the intensity that he brings. you can always count on him, especially in the paint. He's going to bring that muscle.
And he can wipe that offensive glass too, Steve. I mean, he turns a whole lot of misses into makes.
And, Steve, you talk about Gortat with Phoenix. He's every bit a starting center in this NBA.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him make an all-star game before all is said and done. He can run, he rebounds well, he's got a nice touch around the basket, and of course he's an excellent catch and finish player in the pick and roll.
Jazz trailed by 4. Burke kicks to Williams. He dishes it to Burke. He feeds it to Rush. Hits it from three-point range. Rush has got his second basket of the night.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Fast break, here come the Jazz. Rush leading the charge. Burke can't get it to go.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And it's Butler with the jam. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Favors. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Williams with the block. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And Phoenix making a change here. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Man, defended by Burke. The offensive rebound. Gortat misses. Jazz trailed by 3. Here's Burke, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Man passes to Butler on the wing. Brown. It's good from long range. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, B in the last outing against the Trailblazers played really well. He finished with 24 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. A truly dominating game from him in what was hopefully a sign of things to come. At least that's how the franchise is thinking, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve Hill's standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
Outside for Jefferson. 5 on the clock. Scooped up.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
Man passes to Fry. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's good from Man. B's got 8 points.
There's not much working for him as he moves to 1 of 6 now in the quarter.
Burke with it. Comes up empty down low.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Suns lead by 6. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
You've got it on 2K Sports. Let's look at what went on in the first half. Phoenix with the lead against Utah. It's been an uneven start to the season. They're hungry for wins, no doubt about it. A nice job of sharing the rock, making plays for one another offensively. The game's top scorer is B. He's got 8 points and has helped out a bit on the boards as well. And the Jazz still keeping at it. Defensive pressure so far paying off. They're forcing miscues, ripping and running. Derek Favors certainly playing well so far. He's got 7 points and also collected 4 rebounds. And that's all we have for you here in the studio. Now let's send it on back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half of play.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
You look at the game so far for B, he has 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
On the court for the Suns, man, he's in a point guard. Stoudemire out there with Gortat, and it's Caron Butler, and it's Brown in at the 2 guard.
Well, you know, the Suns dropped from being a team that could fight for a playoff spot to the cellar of the West last season, and much of that you could attribute to how much they struggled on the road.
The pass to man, 6 to shoot. Utah with the rebound. Favors has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Burks, defended by Butler. Burks dishes to Burke. It's stolen by Brown. Pass to man. And Phoenix pushing it up now.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
That free throw good from man. Well, the Suns did have a lot of trouble on the road, as you were saying, Clark. Only managed to win 8 games as the visiting team, Steve, the entire season. That's not good.
Well, 8 wins is unacceptable, man. It actually tied the Suns with the Kings for the fewest road wins in the entire conference. So, look, this is a young team. They have a lot of learning to do. They've got to add talent. I think the rebuilding project has started, and they're going to get better, but it's still going to take some time. Let's take a look at some of Derek Favors' numbers. Going well for him this season. 17th in field goal percentage. And he's been using his size and quickness to great effect defensively. He's in the top 20 in the league in blocks per game.
And he's top 20 in the league as well in field goal percentage. And as you said, he's had very little trouble knocking down any good shots.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Stoudemire, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We take a look at the Suns, down at 10th in the early going, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, the Utah Jazz, 6.5 games behind them.
Looking at the Suns, they've inserted themselves right into the playoff conversation, at least in the early going, that is.
Yeah, they seem to have turned a corner, climbing the ladder to a team that just might make the postseason.
Here's Favors, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Brown kicks to Stoudemire. Goes up the baseline. Back to Brown. Suns moving the ball around. The shot's good from man.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Kicks to Burks. From the wing. That one wide left.
You know, Burks is a shooting guard by trade, but last season, guys, he showed that he could handle the ball and run a team in a pinch. Not something you'd want him doing all the time, but it's nice to have that as a plan B or C if you need it.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Trey Burke was last season's College Player of the Year out of the University of Michigan. He may have been a little disappointed he wasn't picked by the nearby Detroit Pistons, but he was taken a pick later and eventually acquired by the Utah Jazz in exchange for their 14th and 21st picks. Burke said, "I just wanted to go somewhere where I had an opportunity to play right away and make an impact." Guys, he has that in Utah on an organization that's been one of the most winning in NBA history.
A lot for a player his age to carry, but he seems like he's ready. Thanks, Doris. Stoudemire with the block.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
The kick outside to Butler. Dragic. Phoenix, no good that time either. And Burks, very quick and very athletic, even standing 6'6". He's able to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, a bit of a late bloomer physically going into college at Colorado, but excellent athleticism. And I love the defensive versatility that he provides to their team.
Outside Dragic. The dish to Stoudemire. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
You know, after the surgeries and all the wear and tear on his knees, you wonder if Amari Stoudemire will ever be the same dominant athletic player as he once was. But remember, he's still a very skilled player shooting the ball. So Amari still with the potential to be a very productive player.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And Amari certainly has missed his share of time on the floor, but when he did play last season, you know, there were a lot of times Clark, he got it done.
Kevin, on a per-minute basis, he was as good as ever. I think in a reserve role, maybe controlling his minutes can help preserve his knees. And, you know, he's skilled enough to score even if he's not jumping out of the gym.
Burke kicks to Burks. Phoenix grabs the miss. Dragic has got 4 rebounds in this game. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Dragic has got 7.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
Burke, the pass to Beatrice. Rush dishes to Beatrice. Pass to Burks. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Burks has got 4 this quarter. Suns leading by 6. Dragic left side. Again, Phoenix. There's 31 seconds left in the third. And here is Burke. He's got 8.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
The Jazz have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Now, collectively, this is a 73% free throw shooting team.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Markieff Morris is checked in for Stoudemire. And it's Malcolm Lee in for Caron Butler. No good from Mann. Here is Hayward. He passes to Burke. Free throw line jump shot. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Burke's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Suns on top, up by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Suns.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin, closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Burke runs the show with Hayward at the 2. Beadrench out there with Favors. And it's Jefferson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. This is to Favors. Count it from 12. And so here's Phoenix. 4-point game. Mann passes to Lee. B, defended by Burke. Feeds it to Fry. B, and Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And Phoenix making a change here. Man, defended by Burke. The basket, the bump, and the foul. Oh, what a play.
That is a tough layup with a guy right on him. Good defense, but better offense.
For the Jazz last season, it really became an issue about the log jam inside. They had 2 established starters in Jefferson and Millsap and 2 young up-and-comers in Cantor and Favors, and there was an expectation that somebody would be moved, but the trading deadline passed, and they were all still there.
Alec Burks checked in for Brandon Rush. Here's Burke. Shot is no good. Nice D from Mann. Suns lead by 7. The 17-foot. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, you would have thought that the Jazz would have made a deal one way or another, but it was hard for them as they were in the thick of a playoff race at the time, Steve. Sort of tied their hands.
Well, if they weren't in that race, I think they might have sent 1 or 2 of those guys out to try to get some more assets for the future. As it was, they ended up losing Millsap and Al Jefferson, so it's incumbent on the young talent in that front court to now develop and really take over.
Pass to Stoudemire. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Mann. And the Suns get it back. Another shot. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Free throw good, Stoudemire.
Last year, Amari knew that he was going to be a different player, but made sure to prepare for it the best he could as he tried to add more moves to his posting in order to remain an impact player in this league.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Here's Burks. Another miss by Utah. And back to Amari Stoudemire. It's amazing how great a scorer he was without really being a back-to-the-basket big man.
Oh, he was absolutely lethal when he was healthy. Facing you up, it was the last thing you wanted to see as a defender because he could make you look bad. But like a lot of players, when the athleticism starts to decline, the post game is where you can use your footwork, skill, savvy, strength to get high percentage buckets. And he's got a good enough touch to be able to do that.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
The feed now to Butler. He's against Cantor. Just 5 on the clock. Brown the pass to Mann. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now, here's Burke, defended by Mann.
Not a bad look at the hoop, just couldn't get it to bounce in for him.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam. It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
Now, here's Burke. He's guarded closely. And yes, sir, that one drops.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Jazz trail by 10. Burks kicks to Burke. Outside Jefferson. And the 3-ball is good.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Man passes to Butler. Into Stoudemire. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And the Suns lead by 9. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And stolen by Burke. Leads him in there. Burks. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Man, and it's blocked. Here's the break. Burke kicks to Burks. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now just a 5-point Suns lead. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Man passes to Bryant. Stoudemire outside. B. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Stoudemire. 9 feet out. Hits the front of the rim and out. Jazz shooting 39% from the floor. At their best. Burke with it. Now guarded by Man. Outside for Jefferson. Inside to Favors. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Favors having a good 8 rebounds and a steal. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
Yeah, just on the strength of his defense alone, he would have stood out, but his offense has been outstanding as well.
And he ends up making the second, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
They're still right in this thing, but missing the free throw keeps them in a 2-possession deficit.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gortat defended by Kanter. Gets it back. And now we've got the intentional foul. Full 24-second shot clock. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there, and that brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Here's Burke. The Jazz again can't hit it. And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. With the lead pass. The shot's good from Kanter. Phoenix has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Williams for 3. They grab their own miss. For 3. And it's Williams again missing.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 9.
Boy, his hands weren't the steadiest at the line that time, but that was all they needed to put a cap on this one.
So the Suns win it. They pulled off this win.